AITA for leaving my niece's wedding reception early and taking my gift back? I'm 45M and I have a niece who is 22 and just got married last weekend. The family is blowing up with drama right now because of what I and my wife did. I must preface this by saying my family can be pushovers. They really all hate conflict and will definitely let themselves be run over by someone else in order to not cause a fight. I am not this way. The wedding was on Saturday. Catholic ceremony in a church that was at 3:30 p.m. The reception area was at a brewery about 15 minutes from the church. The reception was set to start at 5. Maybe this was stupid on the venue people, but they wouldn't open the bar or bring around the appetizers until the bride and groom arrived. Service ended around 4:30 and everyone was told to go to the reception. The wedding party had a limo to take them and a separate limo took the parents, grandparents, siblings. The couple is young and decided against family in the wedding party lol. It was 4 sorority sisters and fraternity brothers on each side. My wife and I drove. We got to the venue around 4:50 with the first family limo arriving around that time. By 5 I'd say all 150 guests were there. But no bride and groom. The wedding coordinator was getting pissed as it's now 5:45 and no wedding party. We are all just standing around with no food or drinks. Someone was able to get a hold of the mo around this point and apparently the bride and groom told the limo driver to stop at a liquor store and then drive around on the highway for an hour so the wedding party could get trashed. At around 6 the mo said they should be arriving in the next 20 minutes. My wife and I looked at each other and said we are out. We thought it was horribly disrespectful for them to do that to all their guests. I told my brother, Fob, that we were leaving and taking the gift with us. He tried to plead by saying, they're just kids, let them have fun, but I was having none of it. A few days after, I got an apology text from niece followed by an ask for the gift again. I said that I felt very disrespected and I didn't want to give a gift anymore. She snapped and called me an asshole. Not the asshole. Wedding guests are guests and shouldn't be treated so poorly by the wedding organizers, i.e. bride and groom. People took time out of their day and spent money to be there all for the bride and groom to not even show up, meaning nobody could eat or drink and just had to stand there awkwardly while the bride and groom got trashed. Personally, they're the assholes for me. NTA. While I would have probably left the gift, I don't blame you for taking it. What they did was incredibly selfish and disrespectful. I think the fact that she immediately took back her apology and cursed you out when you didn't give her the gift speaks volumes about her character. That wasn't an apology. I'm assuming the gift was a check? I gotta love the excuse because they are kids. Dude, they are literally old enough to marry. They are old enough to know you don't keep guests waiting an hour plus. If you can't respect those closest to you, then you can freak off. What the couple did was flat out wrong. Because they wanted to get drunk. Also, the gift wasn't in the couple's custody. You can learn some manners before I spend a dime on you. The only reason the niece even apologized was because she wanted the gift. Finally, this couple will be divorced within 2 years. They sound immature, have no sense of responsibility or manners. NTA. Was taking the gift back petty? Probably. But the type of petty I can endorse. What's the old saying? Fuck around and find out. NTA. The maturity they showed by wanting to get trashed before the reception makes me wonder if they are mature enough for marriage. I have never heard of a venue to withhold food, drink. NTA. If they're just kids, they shouldn't be getting married or hosting a wedding. Incredibly disrespectful on their part. NTA. Your niece made it very clear that her wedding guests only mattered as props for her to be the center of attention and material or monetary value. I'm dying that she's asking for the gift. Save it for the second wedding. NTA. People need to learn there are consequences to their actions. They were doing their thing without a care in the world for people waiting on them. You showed them the consequences. Of course she apologized. She wanted your gift. Did she apologize to any of the other 148 guests she pissed off? NTA. I was barely 20 years old when I got married and I would never have done that to my guests. If they wanted to goof off with their friends, that's what bachelorette parties are for. The audacity of asking for the gift after the fact is beyond me. They're not kids, and you don't owe them anything. NTA. How absolutely rude and trashy. NTA. But perhaps everyone, except the groom, will get another chance at a subsequent wedding because these two currently sound too immature for adulthood. NTA. Letting people stand around for 2 hours so you can get trashed? I would have taken the check back too and used the money to go have a nice dinner somewhere. They prioritized getting wasted over the comfort of their guests. NTA. URGHs. That's why getting married is for grown-ups. NTA. But why wouldn't the venue serve anything until bride and groom got there? I've worked in events for years and never heard this. NTA. As for the mixed replies the gift, I would probably have taken the gift back and replaced it with an envelope containing a $10 bill. NTA. And the excuse of they are just kids is ridiculous. If they are just kids and have this level of maturity, then they have no business getting married. NTA. They were extremely immature and disrespectful for what they did. That is absolutely ridiculous of them to just take off in the limo for an hour so they can get trashed. Really? They clearly have some growing up to do. Their age does not make what they did okay. They should have been at the reception immediately after for taking pics and such. Instead, they allowed all of their guests to just stand around and wait with no food and alcohol. This is horrid behavior and you can't be blamed for leaving the way you did. You don't get to disrespect PPL and then expect a gift. She really had some nerve asking you for it. Ibahaha. She asked for her gift back. Tacky. Maybe this was stupid on the venue people, but they wouldn't open the bar or bring around the appetizers until the bride and groom arrived. This was the decision of bride and groom. They are paying the venue and caterer, so they decide when or if serving appetizers and pay vitting punch or wine before dinner. NTA. Edit. Sometimes after wedding photos take an hour. So guests are provided with appetizer and drinks before wedding party returns and dinner begins. NTA. 2 hours is completely unacceptable even if food and drinks are being served. The bride showed her lack of maturity having the audacity to ask for the gift back.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.